Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. So today's topic of discussion will be spermatogenesis. This spermatogenesis process actually comes under gametogenesis process. What is gametogenesis? Genesis means formation of gametes. So gametes are also of two types. One is the male gamete, one is the female gamete. The male gamete is known as sperm and the female gamete is known as ovum. So the process of formation of the male gamete, that is sperm, is known as spermatogenesis, and the process of formation of the female gamete, that is ovum, is known as oogenesis. Fine. So today we will study about the process of formation of sperm, that is spermatogenesis. And what is about its location? This spermatogenesis actually occurs inside the testis. Its location will be in testis. So in between testes there are numerous seminiferous tubules. There are numerous seminiferous tubules. So inside these seminiferous tubules, the spermatogenesis process actually occurs. That is why the seminiferous tubules are also known as the structural and functional unit of the testis. Next, when this process actually starts? This process actually starts at the attainment of puberty. Means when the person will attain its sexual maturity, or it will gain the sexual maturity around the age of 11 to 13 years, then this spermatogenesis process will start. And when this process starts, it will continue till the death of the person. The process will start from the puberty and will continue till the death of the person. That is why it is a continuous process. And in this process, both mitosis cell division and meiosis cell division occurs. So what about mitosis? It is an equational division where the chromosome number remains constant in the daughter cells. But in case of meiosis, the chromosome number reduced to its half. That is why it is known as reductional division. Meiosis has two subsequent division. One is meiosis 1 and then meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is the reductional one and meiosis 2 is just equal to mitosis. So then, this spermatogenesis process actually has three parts. Fine. One is spermatidogenesis, next spermiogenesis, third one is spermiation. So the first, spermatidogenesis, means the formation of spermatids. So to form the spermatids, this spermatidogenesis process actually occurs. And in this spermatidogenesis process, there are three different phases. The first phase is phase of multiplication, then phase of growth, and then phase of maturation. There are three phases in spermatidogenesis process where the spermatids are actually formed. After the formation of spermatid, these will convert into motile sperms, and this conversion step is known as spermiogenesis. And the third step, that is spermiation, in this step these motile sperms will release from the Sertoli cells to transfer from the testis to the female's body. So this is the spermiation process where the motile sperms will release from the Sertoli cells, or the head of the sperms will release from the Sertoli cell. This is the third step. So basically, what is spermatogenesis, or what is the precursor of sperm cells? Means from which cell the sperm cells are produced. So the precursor will be spermatogonium. Spermatogonium cells are the precursor cells of sperm cell. That means the sperm cells are produced from the spermatogonia or spermatogonium. So these spermatogoniums are of two types. Fine. These are of two types. One is type A and another is type B. These are of two types. So if we will talk about the types of spermatogonium, when a spermatogonium cell actually divides, it has diploid set of chromosomes, and when it will divide through mitosis, there will be two daughter cells or two identical daughter cells, those having same number of chromosomes, and these are now called as type A spermatogonium. Fine. So these both are type A. So from these two cells, one type A cell will remain as the spermatogonium to maintain the stem cell population or to maintain the spermatogonium population. And the another daughter cell, that is another type A cell, will form into type B cell, which will undergo the different steps and forms the sperm cells, or it can undergo the spermatogenesis process. These are about the types of spermatogonium. So if we will study about the spermatogenesis process, the first or the precursor cell, that is spermatogonium. Here is a spermatogonium cell that is having 2n number of chromosome. Here the 2n is replaced with 2x in this diagram. So consider it as 2n. Fine. So it has diploid set of chromosome, or we can call it as primary germ cell with diploid chromosome. Then this will undergo into mitosis. Okay. And from mitosis there are different, the cell number will be now multiplied. See, from one cell there are 2 daughter cells, and from 2 there are 4 daughter cells, and all are having 2n number of chromosomes, and here the number of the cells are multiplied. That is why this comes under the phase of multiplication. Okay, phase of multiplication, that is the first phase. And from this, now we will study about only one spermatogonium. Okay, we will study about only one spermatogonium. The rest 3 will also follow the same process, but now here we will study about the one spermatogonium. So if we will talk about this spermatogonium, now it will enter into the growth phase, that is the next phase. It will enter into the growth phase. Here it will attain the growth. See, the size of the cell increased. The size of the cell increased. It attained some growth, and now after completing the growth phase, this cell will now called as primary spermatocyte. Here it was called as spermatogonium, and after completing the growth phase, it is now called as primary spermatocyte. But the chromosome number is still the same, that is 2n number of chromosome. After the growth phase, the next phase, that is maturation phase, will occur, where the meiosis division will occur. Fine. In the maturation phase, meiosis division will occur. So first, meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 is reductional, that is why see here in first maturation division, from the primary spermatocyte there will be 2 secondary spermatocyte, and they are having haploid set of chromosomes. These are known as secondary spermatocyte. So these are the first haploid cells of spermatogenesis process. The secondary spermatocytes are the first haploid cells of this spermatogenesis process, and they are formed during the maturation phase due to meiosis 1 division. And after completing the first maturation division, now there will be meiosis 2 division. So from 2 secondary spermatocyte, now there will be 4 daughter cells, and these are called as spermatids, and all are having haploid set of chromosomes. Fine. So these are formed the spermatids. So this whole process is now, I can call it as spermatidogenesis, the first step. The spermatidogenesis, where the spermatids are formed. Fine. Spermatids are formed. 4 spermatids are formed from one spermatogonium, and there are 3 different phases: multiplication phase, growth phase, and maturation phase. So after the first step, that is spermatidogenesis, the next step, that is spermiogenesis, will occur. So in the spermiogenesis process, from one the spermatids will convert into motile sperms. See, there are 4 sperms, and all are having haploid set of chromosomes. All are having haploid set of chromosomes. So this is known as the spermiogenesis process. If I will talk about the step again, so here are the spermatogonium. In the phase of maturation, their number increased. and all were having 2n number of chromosomes. Mitosis division where occur. This is phase of multiplication. So after that we will study about one spermatogonium. These are spermatogonium. From one spermatogonia we will study about from one spermatogonium. It will enter into the next phase, that is growth phase. It will attain some growth and will increase in size. And now it will called as primary spermatocyte. Here no division occurs, only the cell attains growth and its size will increase. There is no division occurs. This is known as growth phase. So after completing growth phase, the cell is now called as primary spermatocyte, where the chromosome number is 2n or diploid, and then the maturation phase will undergo. In the maturation phase, meiosis cell division is seen. So first meiosis division is reductional. That is why from one primary spermatocyte we will get two secondary spermatocyte. These are secondary spermatocyte having haploid set of chromosome. These are the secondary spermatocyte cells or the first haploid cells of this division process. And after meiosis 1 there will be meiosis 2. So from 2 spermatocytes we will get 4 daughter cells. All are having haploid set of chromosomes and these are known as spermatids. Fine. So the process of formation of spermatids is known as spermatidogenesis. This whole step is spermatidogenesis, where 3 phases were occurred: phase of multiplication, phase of growth and phase of maturation. So the end product of this spermatidogenesis are 4 haploid spermatids. So after this spermatid formation, what will occur then? Okay, I am erasing it. I am erasing this page actually. So after the formation of the spermatids, there are 4 spermatids. Let's say these are spermatids having haploid set of chromosomes. So the next step is spermiogenesis or spermatoleiosis. Fine. Spermiogenesis or spermatoleiosis, both are same. So in this step, this oval shaped spermatids will convert into motile sperm cells. So there will be a conversion step. From this spermatids, it will now convert into motile and long sperm cells having haploid set of chromosome. See, from a oval shaped cell we got a long motile. Motile means those who can move or who can show movement. It has a tail. So these are the motile sperm cells and there will be 4 sperm cells. All are having haploid set of chromosomes. These are the sperm cells. So this conversion process is known as spermiogenesis or spermatoleiosis. So this spermiogenesis process actually has some changes, or there are some changes that occurs during this spermiogenesis process. So what are these changes? First, the nucleus will be condensed or it will form into a compact structure. The condensation of nucleus occurs. So how this will be occurred? The nucleus will lose the RNA. Fine, it will lose the RNA and some acidic proteins. There are some acidic and basic proteins inside the nucleus. So first it loses the RNA and acidic proteins and it retains the DNA and the basic proteins. Fine. It retains the DNA and the basic proteins. That is why it lost some fragments or it lost some components. Now the nucleus will be condensed and then the shape of the nucleus will be changed. It will be changed into pointed, oval and flat shape. Okay, pointed, oval and flat shaped. Then the Golgi bodies, very important point. The Golgi bodies inside the spermatid will fragmented into two parts. Okay, the Golgi body will fragmented into two parts. So the bigger one will form the acrosome. Okay, there will be two parts. One is a bigger part and one is smaller part. So the bigger part will form the acrosome. This is the very important point. Acrosome is formed from the Golgi bodies or by the fragmentation of Golgi body, and acrosome has a very important role in case of fertilization. We will study about that later. So what is actually acrosome? It contains the sperm lysins. Lysins are some kind of enzymes or hydrolytic enzymes, and this acrosome is derived from the Golgi bodies. And next, the amount of cytoplasm will get reduced. See, the shape of the cell is reduced now, that is why the amount of cytoplasm will also get reduced. Then the shape of mitochondria will changes into spiral form. Fine. The shape of mitochondria that was somewhat this kind now will change into spiral form. We will study about this in the ultrastructure of sperm section. So these are the few changes that occurred during spermiogenesis or spermatoleiosis process. This is also known as spermatoleiosis process. So after this second step, there will be the third step, that is spermiogenesis. See here, these are the spermatids, and the spermatids will convert into long motile sperms, known as the process spermiogenesis. And after spermiogenesis, there will be spermiation process, means from the Sertoli cells. Actually, these are the Sertoli cells. These long motile sperms will release from the Sertoli cell. This process of release is known as spermiation process, or the Sertoli cell and sperm cell junction will be broken. This is known as the spermiation process. This is the third step. So this is about the whole spermatogenesis process. And what are the result? The result is from one spermatogonium we got 4 sperm cells. Fine. From one spermatogonium we get 4 sperm cells are produced. This is a very important conclusion, that is from one spermatogonium we got 4 sperm cells. Fine. So next, what about the hormonal control? Hormones play a very big role in this process. So what about the hormones? So first, after the attainment of puberty, the hypothalamus will secrete the gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH. Fine, gonadotropin releasing hormone. This GnRH will stimulate the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, or it will stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to secrete some hormones, or to secrete 2 types of hormones, that is LH and FSH. LH and FSH. LH stands for luteinizing hormone and FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. So these hormones are secreted from the anterior pituitary by the influence of gonadotropin releasing hormone secreted by the hypothalamus. So what are these functions later? The FSH will stimulate the Sertoli cells that are present inside the testis. The FSH will stimulate the Sertoli cells, which will further stimulate spermatogenesis process. This Sertoli cell will stimulate spermatogenesis process, and it has another role, that it can produce another hormone, that is inhibin. Fine. Inhibin is another hormone that is secreted by the Sertoli cells. It is all about the FSH. Then there will be LH. So this LH will stimulate the Leydig cells or the interstitial cells. This Sertoli cell and Leydig cell both are present inside the testis, so that is why this whole process is undergoing inside the testis. Fine. So these Leydig cells will further form the testosterone. Fine. So this testosterone will stimulate the Sertoli cells. This testosterone will stimulate the Sertoli cell, which will continue the spermatogenesis stimulation. Fine. The Sertoli cell stimulates spermatogenesis, and after the secretion of testosterone, it also stimulates the Sertoli cells. So it will occur in a loop-like structure. So the spermatogenesis process will go on, go on, go on. Then this testosterone will also develop the secondary sexual characters in male. So in a male body, the secondary sexual characters means, what are the secondary sexual characters? Means the development of body hairs, the pubic hairs, deepening of the voice, means a low pitch voice, and the broadening of shoulder, the development of beard and mustache. All these are the secondary sexual characters, and these will be developed due to the secretion of testosterone. So these are whole the positive feedbacks. Means these are positively regulated. GnRH will positively regulate the FSH and LH. It means FSH will be secreted and LH will be secreted. And this FSH will stimulate the Sertoli cell to secrete inhibin, and it will also stimulate the spermatogenesis. So for the positive feedback, I am using this positive sign. So the LH will stimulate the Leydig cell to produce testosterone, and this testosterone will also stimulate the Sertoli cells. All these are the positive feedback. Then what about the function of this inhibin hormone? This inhibin hormone will actually give a negative feedback loop. Inhibin will have a negative feedback on the anterior pituitary, okay, and the hypothalamus. Negative feedback means it will send a message to stop the secretion of FSH. Okay, inhibin will send a message to the anterior pituitary to stop the secretion of FSH. That is why the whole process will be stopped. And it can also send the message to the hypothalamus to not to secrete FSH. Okay, inhibin actually inhibits the secretion of FSH. Okay, inhibin inhibits the secretion of FSH. This is a very specific information. And if we will talk about the testosterone, okay, if we will talk about the testosterone, it will also has a negative feedback. I am using this negative sign. It has a negative feedback for the LH or luteinizing hormone. It gives message to the anterior pituitary to not to secrete the LH hormone, and it also sends message to the hypothalamus to stop secreting LH hormone. So I can say that testosterone has a inhibiting effect on LH, and inhibin has a inhibiting effect on FSH. Fine. This is all about the hormonal control and regulation. This is another structure for you. So this is it for the for this class, and there are some questions. We have studied the whole concept, so let's apply this concept in the questions. You will answer the questions in the comment section. Fine. I will ask here, and you will pause the video and will answer in the comment section. So the first question: which of the following stages of spermatogenesis involves meiotic division? It means from which stage of the spermatogenesis meiosis division will be seen. The options are multiplication stage, growth stage, maturation stage, or none of the above. Pause the video and answer it. So the answer will be maturation stage. We have already studied that in the maturation stage, meiosis 1 division occurs. See, in this maturation phase, meiosis division occurs. That is why the answer will be maturation stage. The next question. The differentiation of spermatids into spermatozoa is called as spermatogenesis, spermiogenesis, spermatocytogenesis or spermatids. The answer will be of the question is spermiogenesis. The differentiation of spermatids into spermatozoa is called as spermiogenesis or spermatoleiosis. Then the next question. The first haploid cell during spermatogenesis process is secondary spermatocyte, primary spermatocyte, spermatozoa or spermatogonia. So the answer will be secondary spermatocyte. It is the first haploid cell that is formed during the spermatogenesis process. Hope this whole process of spermatogenesis will be clear to all. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your patience.